Hey guys, and welcome to Force of Awesome Games. If you can, please subscribe. That would help out an awful lot. Secondly, this is the top 11 list for standard cards. Why top 11? Well, I just want to go one further than most other people. With that being said, this is the first card. Number 11. Aether Marvel. This card makes the top deck in the standard format right at this moment. So it's not a surprise that it is at the 11th spot. This card is ridiculous, and I'm surprised that it's not being played in Modern, but it's just probably not strong enough for Modern play right now. But it's definitely extremely good in Standard right now because you are able to play Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger, which is a ridiculous card in itself. And this card can play whatever you want from the top 6 cards of your library. And then you can just put the rest at the bottom that you don't want to play. So this card is just outright ridiculous, and it's so good. Number 10. Thraben Inspector. Thraben Inspector is probably one of the best 1-drops in Standard right at this moment because it has the added bonus of giving you an artifact that can allow you to sacrifice it for 2 mana and draw a card. So whenever you're out of steam at some point during the game, you can have this card, or the clue token, let you draw a card, which is extremely good. And it also puts down an early threat that is going to just ping the other person down quite a bit. It's not going to make a huge difference in most games, but every damage counts, essentially. And this is an excellent card. And it's played in quite a few decks in Standard right at this moment. Mardu Vehicles being one, also Human Bant in Frontier, and then we have it being played in Modern Death and Taxes as well, which is very good because this card is excellent because just allowing you to draw a card whenever you need some extra steam is just, it's beyond good. Number 9, Magma Spray. Magma Spray, it deals 2 damage to a creature, and added bonus whenever it dies, it exiles it instead, which is insanely good because this is going to allow you to kill creatures that have graveyard effects, and it's also just going to kill small creatures that are threatening you quite a bit. This card is beyond excellent. In any red deck, it's going to be played right at this moment. Just exiling a creature is just, it's too good. Number 8. Gideon, Ally of Zendikar. This card is in the second top deck in Standard right now, that being Mardu Vehicles. Mardu Vehicles is insanely good. It's not as good as it once was with Saheeli combo being in the mix. This was the second deck, and a lot of people expected with Saheeli combo being gone that Mardu Vehicles was going to be taking the spot, but Aether Marvel just blew this deck out of the water, it being able to play huge threats. But with that being said, Gideon himself can be a huge threat. Being a 5/5 human that is indestructible is just crazy. If you are able to get him through, that is straight up 5 damage to the face, which is 1/4 of a person's life total. And it's a 5/5 is just so difficult to deal with, and this card is just, it's absolutely bonkers. It's so good, and that's why it is at the number 8 spot. Number 7, Negate. Negate is one of the best counterspells, maybe even the best counterspell being played in standard right at this moment. At least the most popular. That is for certain. Just being able to counter non-creature spells for just 2 mana is bonkers, and it's going to be being able to hit the Gideons and then the Aether work marvels, which is extremely important to, just because those are the top dogs right at this moment. And once you get an Aetherworks Marvel down, like, there's not too much you can do, just because there is very few ways to counter that. There's only one other counter spell being played in standard right now that is able to counter the Aetherworks ability. 6. Rogue Refiner. This card is extremely good because it does 2 things. It allows you to draw a card, and it gives you 2 energy. And for added bonus, it is only 3 mana, and you get a 3/2, which is insane value right there. You're being able to draw a card, and then get 2 energy, and that 2 energy going to be going towards the Aetherworks. This card is mostly played in Aetherworks. It's played in a few other decks that are Teamer Energy, but for the most part, this is an Aetherworks card. And it is extremely good because it is a card that can be a threat in on itself. Number 5. Transgress the Mind. This card is not as good as Inquisition of Kozilek, but it's fairly close. It being devoid is very good, and you being able to rip a card that is 3 or greater and exile that card from that player's hand is extremely good. It is almost the opposite of Inquisition of Kozilek, but it's still very good. But in my opinion, not as good as what I said before, Inquisition of Kozilek. Inquisition of Kozilek just being able to get rid of early threats, but this card is very good because it can get rid of bigger threats later on, and that being for zombies, you're going to want to rip those cards that can disrupt your board, so you're going to want to take out the board wipes and things like that, and this card is extremely good for that. And it's also very good for Mardu vehicles, because if there's a person that has a threat in their hand that you don't want them to deal or have, then you can just take that as well. Number 4, Scrap Heap Scrounger. This guy is good. Scrap Heap Scrounger can't block. It's a 2 for a 3/2. That's extremely good. And then its effect is exile another creature card from your graveyard. Return Scrap Heap Scrounger from your graveyard to the battlefield, which is absolutely ridiculous. It is in Mardu vehicles, mono black zombies, green black energy. Those cards, this is going to be great for it because it's something that you're going to be able to reoccur as soon as it kills, or as soon as it's dead, and quite often, like, it's going to be a game of attrition, and this card is a card that's going to be able to come back again and again and again, which is absolutely ridiculous. And he's a 3/2 for 2 mana, so it doesn't even cost all that much to bring out. It's extremely good. No wonder why it's at the number 4 spot. Number 3, Harness Lightning. This card is crazy. You get 3 energy, and you can pay 1 energy, and it deals that much damage to target creature. You can pay 4, you could pay the 3, you could pay 20. That's a bad example. You're not going to use 20, but it is extremely good because this card is going to be used in Aetherworks and it's going to be used in Control and Teamer Energy, which are insanely good decks, especially the Teamer Aether Works. Aether Works is just, it's the deck to beat right at this moment, and it's crazy, and Harness Lightning just deals with essentially every single creature. There's not many creatures that it won't be able to deal with, other than like Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger, which is like, that's insane. Like, you're going to probably lose if that card gets out. Number 2, Attune with Aether. This is an excellent card. It's card draw at its finest. Well, it's not at its finest, but it's extremely good for standard. Not anything else, really. But anyways, that's beyond the point. 1 green, you get 2 energy, and you get to search for a basic land. So if you're green and you don't have a white source or a blue source or whatever source that you need, you're going to be able to easily find it with this card. And this, of course, is going to be in Teamer Aether Works. It's going to be in Green-Black Energy and Teamer Energy, which it makes sense. It's a card that's excellent for energy, just because it allows you to get 2 more, and then it allows you to draw a land that you need or don't need. It doesn't really matter, but this card is absolutely amazing. No wonder why it's at the number 2 spot. Number 1. Number 1 is Fatal Push. It's just an absolutely bonkers card. It's a reason why a lot of people just play black, because being able to destroy creature that costs 2 or less, or if you revolt 4 or less, is absolutely bonkers. And then it's only 1 black, which also makes it a very ridiculous card. And it's $9.50 for an uncommon. That, like, in this environment right now, or I should say right now, with so many people playing Magic the Gathering, like, and so many boxes of Aether Revolt being open, like, it's absolutely insane for this card to be that expensive. I don't even know a time in recent history that an uncommon was $9.50 and it being in standard. Like, it's absolutely crazy. And of course, this card is in Mardu Vehicles, Mono Black Zombies, Grixis Delver for Legacy, and it's being played in Modern, so this card is a powerhouse and everyone wants to get their hands on it. And it obviously makes sense that this is the number 1 card, because it's so amazing and everyone is going to want to play this card, even in every other format as well, because it's too good. Anyways, guys, I just want to thank you so much for watching this video. If you please can, subscribe, like, comment, do everything that you can to help out the channel. That would be the most appreciative thing that you can do. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching and have a great day. Thanks. Bye.